to Tips with Andrew. Thank you very much for joining me on this happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having an awesome week so far. I hope you guys are rocking out whatever goals, hopes, plans, dreams, ambitions you had for this week and are ready for the weekend. It is almost here. Quickly before we get started here, Terra Shield this month until the 15th is the free product of the month. It is a blend of oils that are great for the outdoors, especially this time of year when the bugs are at their finest. Even if you're not going outdoors, it can be great for if you're sitting in the backyard, on the patio, having barbecues, right? Definitely. The bugs, they love me, so I am always looking for something that helps discourage them from landing on me and doing their business. This is something that I really, I'm really passionate about. It also comes in like a spray form. That's the one that I like. But this bottle actually is the free product of the month. So that's wicked. If you or somebody you know of is interested in discouraging some insects from landing on you and getting the products for free, definitely reach out to me. Drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Convention tickets have officially gone on sale. That it is going to be in September. Convention is doTERRA's big yearly event. There's so many cool things that comes along at convention. Science behind the oils, why they work with you, why you should care about them, guest speakers, scientists, new products. They always launch some new products. There's so many cool things. Last year or the year before, something like that, we had Hugh Jackman, right? What the heck did he play? Oh man, Wolverine. That's it right there. So it's always a cool time. It's like a week-long event, right? So there's so much stuff going on there. So if you or somebody you know of is interested in attending convention, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, reach out to me, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. It's going to be in Utah this year at the stadium where the Utah Jazz play. There is, definitely reach out to me and we'll get you travel arrangements, hotel accommodations, stuff like that. If you're interested in attending it in person. There is also a live stream, a version of it going on, and that's the one that I'm super excited about. There's an option to add on a swag box. Swag box is awesome. Comes with cool things, exclusive oils that aren't normally for resale. I love that. I love the exclusivity, I guess, of it. And being able to have things that other people don't, it kind of makes me feel like I'm on top of the world here. So tickets go up in price, I believe, at the end of the month. So we want to lock in the lowest possible price. I think it's like a $50 difference. So definitely, if you or somebody you know of is interested in learning more about essential oils or learning how to reduce the toxic load in your life, definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message. This is not something that you're going to want to miss. Lastly, I have launched a weight loss course for beginners. It is an online digital download. Discover 5 little known secrets to losing weight. If you or somebody you know of is interested in dropping a few pounds, especially now that the summer months are officially on us, maybe the bathing suits don't fit as nicely as you would like them, definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message. There's tons of cool stuff that comes along with the initial launch, and I'm super excited to get it out into the universe for the masses to consume. All right, we made it. Okay, that's all I've got for you for now. There's so much, oh my goodness, there's so much going on right now. I could talk for hours upon end about all the cool stuff that's happening over here, and what a great time to be alive, right? So let's get into today's topic. Yesterday was actually Tell the Truth Day. So you had to tell the truth all day long, even if it didn't really. Yeah. What was the one that I heard? Today, so somebody called in sick to work, and they said, I'm calling in. Today, I'm not feeling it with my vibes. Today's not fleshing with, not meshing. That's the word I'm looking for. Today's not meshing with my vibes. I thought, yes. What a great way to get out of work. No, I'm not feeling it today. My vibes are not with it. I am going to be at home today for the day. That's awesome. I don't know. I thought that was funny. But, so that maybe is the truth. right? That's definitely a far out there truth. And depending on how you think about it, you may or may not believe that. But that's where I wanted to come in and give some tips on how to be honest with yourself, to help yourself move forward in life, right? You cannot progress further in your life if you're not taking into consideration what's happening in your life, what you've been through, what you're going through, what you're looking at, right? You have to be very much truthful with yourself. And it can be very hard from time to time because we don't always want to hear the truths that, or the truths, period. We'll put a period right there. Because, right, truths are not always something, it is very hard to hear the truth about something, especially when it's something about yourself, especially when you're telling yourself something about yourself, right? So, that's where I've got some tips that help me in the honesty category, right? Help myself to sort of move forward with my life and, just be truthful to what I'm actually looking for in my life, right? So, let's get right down to it. Number one, more than anything, you have to take responsibility for your life, right? Everything in your life is, it's all really a way that you think about it, right? If you're thinking about it in negative, right? Things are happening to you. Why is this happening to me? Why are things not going my way? Stuff like that, right? Versus, you can think about it as this is happening for me, right? Two completely different thought process behind there. Life is not happening to me, life is happening for me. It's a great quote right there. And I love that, right? Because it can be very much easy to blame society, blame the government, blame the weather, blame, it's cold out in the summertime, right? There's not enough rain, there's not enough sun, there's not enough heat, there's not enough cool, right? So it can be so much easier to just blame everything else and not take responsibility in your own life. And that's the only way that you can move forward in your life, is to be honest with yourself, right? You are where you are because this is exactly the moment in time where you wanted to be. If you've been an adult for any extendable amount of time, then you are definitely in the spot where you want to be in life, because we are what we think about. We become what we think about. And if we're thinking, and no matter what, our subconscious mind is going to town with what we're thinking about. And if we're thinking about nothing, guess what we're going to become, right? If we're thinking about a worthwhile goal and something to look forward to and dream about, you bet your baloney, what are we going to become, right? We're going to become what we think about. The first way to do that is to take responsibility of what you've been doing up to now, and then take responsibility that you can change it and move forward, right? You're not a tree. You don't have to stay in the same place, but you do have to take responsibility. Because if you continue to keep blaming other circumstances are always going to come up in your life that you can blame for it, right? That you may or may not want to take responsibility for, right? So there's always going to be stuff that comes up in your life. It's only just about how you deal with it and your thought process behind it, right? Make sure that you know that you are responsible for your life, and you have the ability to change it, right? We got away from it from when we were little kids, right? But when we were growing up, mom and dad said you can literally be whatever you want to be. And that was awesome. That was an awesome way to think all the way up until we became like a significant amount of an adult, right? Then life starts happening, bills happen, work gets in the way, life gets in the way, and all of a sudden, right, you can't be whatever you want to be because you have to have some sort of income, right? You got to get away from that. I like a quote that I heard actually is, nature always gets everything done and it is never in a rush, right? So there's not a certain amount of time that anything needs to be done in, unless you're cooking a meal, right? Other than that, there's not a certain amount of time that anything needs to be done in. It's going to get done in the exact amount of time that it needs to take to get done. Number two, acknowledge the highs and lows, the ups and downs, the good with the bad, right? Life is not always sunshines and lollipops, nor is life always, a detriment to you and the hellhole that you think it is. And, fire and brimstone, right? All the time. It's not always either end of the spectrum, right? There is some in between. And there's also things that you can be proud of, right? You have to know really when you've won and celebrate it, right? That's what it's all about. Acknowledging the highs, right? The good times, celebrating the goodness, and also acknowledging the fact that you're human, right? Not everything is going to be perfect. Not everything is going to be, set up the way that it's going to. That's why you have to be okay with not being perfect, right? Be okay with the fact that you're not going to complete everything that you need to get done always, because life is hard, right? Life is so hard, especially when you're trying to be something, do something with your life, take your life in a different direction, change courses. So hard, right? We are creatures of habit, right? So we're gonna automatically revert back to an old habit. That's the saying, right? Old habits die hard. So in order for us to continue moving forward, we have to very much be okay with the fact that we're not gonna be perfect all the time, but we have to acknowledge the fact that we do things awesome sometimes. Sometimes we do need that pat on the back from ourselves, because we can't always be amazing. We can't always be perfect, but sometimes we do things that are awesome and they deserve a clap. It can be very hard for us to acknowledge the fact that we do good things, because it can be so much easier for us to think negative. It can be so much easier for us to think, yeah, but, yeah. I can't think of another one. Damn, yeah, but pretty much summed it up, right? Yeah, we did that, but. Yeah, we're great, but. Yeah, I'm moving towards this goal, but. Yeah, I got, I got that new job, but. I got I lost some weight, but. Right? So there's always something that you're thinking about that is going to drag your good times down. That you need to get that out of you need, as much as you need to acknowledge it, you need to not stress on it. You need to understand that eventually, right, you're going to do something good that deserves a praise and deserves a pat on the back, and you can't always be perfect, nor are you always going to be, garbage, right? You're going to be awesome from time to time. You have to acknowledge it. As much as you're willing to acknowledge the lows, you have to be able to acknowledge the highs. Number 3, picture your future, right? What does it look like? What do you want it to look like? Do you even know what you want it to look like? Be honest with yourself, right? This is ways that we are being honest with ourselves. Do you honestly know what your future looks like? What you want your future to look like? What is an ideal future? One of the things that I really liked, learning about this was somebody, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said, at this current moment, right, do you know a specific amount of money that you'll need to retire comfortably? Do you? Right? Have you even thought about it? Have you even thought about how much money you're going to need in the future? Have you even thought about ways that you're going to make that money? Have you even done any constructive thinking on the subject? Right? I don't know your circumstance, but I believe the number is something in the 99% range, right? At the very least, 90%. 10% of the world's wealth is controlled by 90% of the world's wealth is controlled by 10% of the people. 10% of the and 90% of that wealth is controlled by 1% of those people, right? Or 10% of those people, which is where you get the 1% from. The 1%ers, right, they do things differently. And they're not built like the regular people, the regular everyday grind people, right? There is 2 different sets of people. But what do you want to be, right? Do you want to be the guy that works for somebody else all your life? Because there is a position in life for worker bees. Do you want to be somebody that owns the business, right? Maybe gets to make decisions. Are you not even looking for an owner position? Are you looking for like a manager position? Right? This is all stuff that we don't really take the time and or effort to think about, to constructively think about for the court, or, at all, really, right? We just sort of live life as it comes to us, right? And we sort of react on a daily basis instead of act, right? Act it out, and we can shape and we can form our future if we're actually willing to put the time and effort into deciding what it's going to look like, picturing what it's look like. Think about what kind of house you want, right? What kind of car you want to be driving, what kind of type of income you're going to be having. Are you going to have an income? Are you going to have a second income? This is all things that I didn't do it, so I guarantee that there's a whole gang of people out there that haven't done this kind of thinking. Because I didn't do it, so I know I'm not the only one in the whole world that didn't think about what kind of future they wanted. So you have to know what kind of future you want to look like. And if you don't know, that's a great exercise right there. Because I like the way that it was taught to me. Think about it like a ship leaving a harbor, right? If you've got a goal and you've got a destination and you've got, the captain steering the ship and you've got, the crew in the back, right? With the coals and they're making the engines run, right? And you've got everything set and planned, right? 99 times out of 100, that ship is making it where it needs to go, right? Think about it the other way. If you take the same ship, you don't give it a destination, you don't give it a captain to steer the ship, you don't give it any sort of course of action, right? What's happening to it? It's not going anywhere. If it does go anywhere, even if it leaves the harbor, right? It's gonna smash into some rocks probably, or some sort of island in the middle of nowhere, right? That nobody's ever seen or heard of before. So definitely take control of your life and picture your future. What do you want? Do you even know what you want it to look like? Right? Figure it out. So it's awesome. It's a really awesome experiment because, you can't really go wrong. If you become what you think about, right? It's a law. It's like the law of Sir Isaac Newton, right? If you jump off a building, you will always go down. You will never go up. That's the same with the law of cause and effect is what we call it, right? Our causes are great, so our effects have to be just as good, right? So we become what we think about. Picture your future. Start living it. Number 4, be the hero that you need. Be your own hero, right? Nobody's coming to save you. Come on now, get out of here. Nobody cares about whether or not your life is perfect. Nobody cares whether or not you're achieving your goals. Nobody cares. Nobody's coming to pick you up out of bed to make sure that you're going to the gym. Nobody's coming knocking on your door to make sure that you've made those sales calls that you're supposed to make. Nobody's coming to see if you picked up that new hobby that you said you were going to pick up before, right? And it's not that nobody cares about you. Everybody's got the same, if not more, amount of crap going on in their life that you do. Right? People can't possibly be so interested in you because they are so interested in themselves. They have way too much going on in their own lives to even, to even matter about what happens in your lives. So, really, the only way to get over that is to do what you say you're going to do and then just become something by yourself. Right? Nobody's there to help. People are there to help you. And, oh my goodness, if you want somebody's help, just ask them. They will be more than happy to let you know how they think that you should live your life. I promise. If you don't, then go and ask somebody what they think you should live your life like. And hey, if I'm wrong, come back and tell me I'm wrong. But I promise you, I think they'll have a lot of ideas for you. Whether or not they're good is a completely different topic altogether. That's why we have to be our own hero, right? Sometimes we just need to kick ourselves in the butt. We need to pick ourselves up because nobody's coming to knock on your door to make sure that you're achieving the goals that you set out for. And for the most part, people are hoping that you fail because it gives them something it gives them a reason to be happy in their lives, right? Well, at least I'm not that bad. It gives them, some drama that they need, something to talk about around the water cooler, right? So that's why you need to just be your own hero and make it happen for yourself because it's your own life. Nobody else cares about whether or not you're rich and famous. So take control of your own life. My last tip more than anything is essential oils. What do I have here? I got a couple essential oils here, actually. I got a blend here called Peace. And Peace is a blend of oils that is great for calming and relaxing, right? When you, honesty can be very hard, right? What is the saying that I'm trying to think of here? Oh, the truth hurts. That's it, right there. I can't believe it. But it is. The truth hurts. We don't always want to hear the truth, and we don't always want to be honest, especially with ourselves, right? We always want to kind of cut ourselves some slack, give ourselves a break. That's why I love using Peace Blend to help sort of, be at peace with the decisions that I'm making and know that I am in harmony with what is supposed to be going on in my life, and I am making the best possible decisions for myself. My last oil here that I have is bergamot, and bergamot from Italy is known as the oil of self-love. And right, when we're trying to be honest with ourselves, when we're trying to overcome our past boundaries, when we're trying to push forward and live a great new life, right, we need to be in love with ourselves, because you can't love anybody else unless you love yourself. So I love using bergamot. Bergamot is actually a unique oil. It's got the really unique ability to calm and relax, as well as uplift and invigorate, right? So it's that perfect combination of calming, relaxing, as well as uplifting and invigorating, and I love it. That's all I got for you for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I had some fun making it. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, or if you'd like a free sample of oils just so you can give it a little tester before you make a full-on commitment, definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message saying me, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and an even better week, and get ready for the weekend. And I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.